shooters, loaders, and casters. Welcome to the Georgia Shooting Connection Friday night live stream. We hope y'all had a good week. Six, how was your week, my brother?
Oh, it was okay. It's been hot here. It's still hot. It's like 99 right now. It ain't cooled off yet. Didn't do much this week other than work, and the wife picked up her a new set of vaqueros. So other than that, I got nothing else. How about you, Bama?
Just I don't know what's going on. I think my left shoulder's out of socket, and doesn't seem to want to go back in, and it hurts quite a bit. And other than that, just doing a little coding, little programming. That's about it. Not a whole lot. Nothing exciting. Walter? Oh, we moved around, so.
Oh, with me? I'll go. I'm down here in the basement anyway. Howdy up there, guy on top. Good to see you. Yeah. I had a good week. I got to the range, got some loading and shooting. I didn't get any casting done, but I did get another new to me, not brand new, mold last week. Hensley and Gibbs Keith design mold for 44 caliber. I got to get that cast up and see how it's going to run. Looks good. It's in almost new condition. So got that done, and we got some video coming out tomorrow. If you remember last week, last Sunday, I did a short piece on replacing my base pins and the Pietas. Well, replacing something else on all of them tomorrow. So that'll be out tomorrow morning. So that's what we got done on the. As far as channel stuff goes, I spent the last 3.5 days or so with my sisters and one brother-in-law up in the Sierra foothills, where it was like Georgia weather. It's like 95 degrees up there, the other side of the state. It was hot over there. I was glad to get home. I just got home a little while ago, got showered and cleaned up, and here I are. So that's it. That's it for me. Who are we going to jump up to next over there?
Kyle.
Go to Kyle. All right.
Yeah. I'm quick and easy. I'm just dealing with old man pain.
Yeah, man.
That's about all I got. Rebel, what about
same
you?
here. About the same here. Old man pain. Just awaiting surgery. So hopefully it won't be too much longer.
September
Well, they got
11th,
it.
12th, 13th?
The 14th.
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 Okay, CW, you're up. How was your week,
boy.
brother?
It was a good week. We had some good weather. Got to the range. Got a half a dozen or so videos done. Had a real good week. We had a little bit of rain this last night, and we're going to have a rainy weekend. But even so, today was supposed to be a rainy day, but it was no rain all day. It stopped, 9 o'clock in the morning. And it was clear all day, kind of overcast, but clear all day.
We had a shower here about an hour ago. And if y'all know our showers in Georgia, they can be intense, and they cool the weather off until it stops raining, and then the sun comes out and it's a sauna. Bull will tell you the same thing. We did, Bull, about 2 o'clock this morning. We were rocking and a reeling, man.
We're going to be breaking 100 up till next Wednesday.
Yeah, Glenn Davis is 111 right now at my house outside. Mine says 83, but it also says 79% humidity. So there's that.
You can let a catfish go to swim off.
Oh.
in the air.
Pretty much. Catfish don't need a whole lot of air.
No.
They kind of live right there on that thermocouple line. You know what I mean?
Yep.
They'll stay as deep as they can as long as they can get some oxygen out of the water. So yeah, man, pretty good week. I had a procedure yesterday.
Uh-oh.
Gross y'all out or nothing. All right, I'll say it. I had a colonoscopy.
Hey, you got a good nap.
No, they don't put you all the way under anymore.
They did me.
You do out here.
They didn't me.
Boy, oh boy.
I was right there on the edge, you know. I wasn't moving. Let's put it that way.
They told me I had to take a joint class. I told my wife, I said, go get me a tie-dye shirt and a long wig. I said, why? I said, I'm going to walk in there and go, hey, man, teach me how to roll one.
Where's my joint?
Oh Lord.
Yeah, Glenn Davis, that's when you're not all the way asleep, you can feel it. And
Hey, Vanessa.
Last night, Kyle and Angel come up here, and she just had to know, well, what's it like when you're not all the way asleep? And I told her, but I ain't gonna repeat what I said on here.
Now, the last 2 times I've been in for that procedure, I've been all the way out.
Yeah. I heard somebody say that 15 minutes is the best 12-hour sleep you ever had in your life.
Yep.
But anyway, I thought this was a gun channel.
Yeah.
But it's a bunch of guys getting older is what it is. So dealing with colonoscopy, that dude's waiting on knee surgery. That guy's got back issues. Walter's got back issues too, I guess, maybe a little bit. And we all got, yeah.
And
Maladies.
we're all crazy enough to show up here every Friday.
Yep.
There's one in every crowd. Hey, Miss Kitty, anesthesia is not sleep. Well,
I beg to differ.
yeah,
Ain't awake.
yeah. You ain't awake.
That is.
There's
Texas
only 2
logic
other
right
choices,
there.
and you ain't coming back from one of them.
Yeah. Yeah, we've been talking about what happened to somebody's dog with that. Yeah, you know, I was praying. Mock's out there. What's going on, my brother? Yeah, the prep is the worst thing about.
Yep.
Do you all you guys still have to drink a gallon?
No.
No.
No more drinking the gallon. Use
There's
some
two-
over-the-counter stuff. You still gotta take stuff, but it's not the gallon full. You know, the
Yeah.
5-gallon can of
There's-
stuff they
there-
used to make
There's
out
two,
here.
there's 2 deals they use, because first one they did with Penny was a gallon of it, and the next one wasn't.
Yeah.
You mix something.
Well, I don't have a dog in this
glass of
race.
water.
Yeah, I don't either. I didn't have it in my family. My doctor kept fussing about it, and I said, I don't want to take a colonoscopy. And I said, it don't run in my family, man. And he was like, I said, you doctors always want to give you something, just whatever, just for the heck of it, just to burn your wallet up. He said, would you at least poop in a box? I said, I'll fill that sucker full. and that, and that's what I did.
Wow.
Yep.
I'm
I
like,
could have went all night without hearing that.
As long as you
well,
don't have it in your family, you can do that.
yeah, I didn't have it in my family. The other thing is, I had to wonder who come up with that contraption. I mean, I opened the box and looked at it, and I was like, there's some thought behind this. It really is.
So GGW wants to know what the subject is tonight. The subject tonight is whatever you guys.
Anything but this.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's move
I
on.
agree.
Move on, boy.
There you go.
Now use the
Glenn
term
Davis
move.
wants to talk about what you carry for an everyday pistol. Mine kind of rotate as per season, but I really like my Smith & Wesson Shield in 40 Smith & Wesson.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
I carried one for quite a while.
Mm-hmm.
I switched to the 45, Shield 45.
Yeah.
But
Well, living in California, me and BG Outdoors over there, me and Joe, what's EDC mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's a nearly impossible here. If I could carry, if I did have a CCW, which I don't, I'd probably carry a commander size 45 auto.
Yeah.
Says the man that just started wearing suspenders.
Yep. Yeah, I could carry Dirty Harry on my pants now.
Yeah.
Glenn
It
Davis-
really, when it starts yanking your britches down, you change it. And
Yeah, that's a sign you need to buy a 380.
Yeah, or SIG 365 is a nice size 9mm. They really slim them down. So
If it's a normal work day, I've got a 380 in my pocket. If it's
I always got a 22 Magnum in my pocket.
if it's not a normal work day, generally carry a 40 cal M&P. And if it's wintertime with coats and all that stuff, I love my shoulder holstered 45. Colt, baby.
Miss Kitty's carrying a 8 3/8 inch 629. Glenn Davis carries Glock 27 and 40 Smith & Wesson. Rope loader said you can't go wrong with a 45.
Yep.
Ozzy.
Anything's better than harsh language.
Yeah. Yeah, I want me one of those PO1s. I recently got a Beretta PX4 Storm in 40 Smith & Wesson.
It's still a Beretta though, but it is nice.
Yeah.
And I also have the 75 CZ75 BD. That those two will be my winter carries.
I just like the 45 ACP round ball ammo. Does in town what the military wanted it to do. Take somebody out without necessarily completely destroying everything else 3 blocks away. Any of you guys subscribe to the Real Plus P, his channel? He's not
He's
a
got a
huge
really good
channel.
channel.
He's doing quite a bit lately, and he did one of his jug tests, plate tests on 45 ACP cartridge last week. That typical results: went through one water jug, busted a ceramic plate, and lodged in a watermelon after doing that much damage, which kind of says, hey, it's going to do all of this stuff, but it's probably not going to go into the apartment next door after that.
Right.
So there's something to that, it's worth considering.
There's Hillbilly out there.
Yeah. You know, and if you're in Alaska or the Dakotas or up there where you're wandering around a lot of the time around bigger, nastier game kinds of critters, then something a little more devastating is worthwhile. Probably, not even probably, it is.
460.
Yeah.
Yeah. I kind of feel like the minimum there is going to be 44 special. What do you guys think?
What, up in Alaska?
All right, woods where you live. All right, down here we might see a black bear. Doubt it, but we're definitely could run into coyotes.
Well, and where I was this last 3 or 4 days up at my sister and brother-in-law's cabin, bears all over the place there, and this is in the Sierra foothills on the west side of the Sierras, and in the small little mountain, I'll call it a development. It's not a bunch of cabins there. One of the homeowners shared around picture of a lion yesterday, just wandering around in broad daylight, good sized one too, and a lot of bears.
Not
Yeah.
mine.
Those mountain lions scare me because they'll take a full-sized animal and drag it up a tree.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just no.
Yeah. Cats are sneaky. Bears ain't sneaky.
Yeah, they just wobble. Well, that's interesting, man, because my dad's been sending me pictures of black bear at the mall in Birmingham.
Mhm.
Wow.
Yeah, we're getting a lot more black bear here.
Downtown Birmingham.
Yep.
That tells me that bear wasn't scared of nothing.
Yeah.
I won't even go downtown Birmingham.
Yeah.
He wanted some Chick-fil-A.
Oh,
So what were you carrying, Walter?
We didn't carry anything. My sister said, "You guys are taking your bear spray with you, aren't you?" This was going to be a rugged hike, and we went 30 feet out the back door and jumped 2 little bucks. But their canister of bear spray weighs about 8 pounds. It's huge. I said, "I'm not carrying that.
Man.
I'll just wear these here tennis shoes."
that's some serious bear
She
spray
said, "You
right
can't
there.
outrun the bear." I said, "I don't have to. I just got to outrun your old man."
Let's gotta run you, yeah.
Got to outrun the slowest guy. That's
Yep.
all.
But we didn't see any bears. I crossed one track and that was it.
Yeah, that's when you turn around and go back home.
That's enough exercise and fresh air for today. Okay, going back.
It wasn't very too many years ago. We never saw black bears here at all. I mean, I remember 20 years ago we never heard of black bears around here. We always had them. I remember as a kid going to the dump and seeing them down on the shore. So they were here, but you just never heard about them. But today,
Yeah.
I mean, they've had them right here in my town. They've been every corner of Connecticut, and big
Yeah.
ones.
We don't have as many over here in the coast hills as they do in the Sierra, but the Sierra's thick with them. I mean, they're everywhere up there.
Just a little bit north of here, and Jamie can attest to this, they are everywhere.
Oh, yeah. More east of me.
It's weird where they are in Texas. They're in deep west South Texas.
That just
Well, you know,
doesn't
we'd never had them here, but they're down in Florida.
There ain't none in Chicago.
And I'm kind of like, how come they skipped us? I guess their route got messed up. Now they're running out where people can see them. But the swamps in Florida have always had black bear.
Oh, yeah. That cats, too.
Yeah, and pumas.
No bears in Chicago. Bears.
That's a football team, man.
The Bears.
The Bears.
That was a great skit. That's back when Saturday Night Live was funny. The Bears.
Well, if it's not funny now, what is it?
Crap
That's the
TV.
talk
It's
about
stuff that we don't talk about on this channel.
That's what I'm
There you
thinking.
go. Thank you.
Political satire.
Right.
I was down in going through heading towards Philadelphia, but I was coming through New Jersey, and we went in one of them little circle things that they have down there. You get off, you get on, you get on, you get off. Have to go 5 or 6 circles to get back on to go a different direction. And so the property in the middle of that circle was, I would be surprised if it was 2 acres. Surprised. And it was elevated, and we had come down from a higher level to a lower level. And as we went around that corner, I wasn't driving. One of the mechanics was driving, and I look over to my right, and there's got to be a 600 or 700 pound black bear. He's not 25 or 30 feet from the side of the road, sitting there like he's got potato chips watching the cars go by.
That's a big bear.
It was a monster bear. It was a big. He was much bigger than the 55-gallon drum, and he was only, like I said, 20 feet away, sitting there watching the cars go by.
Yeah.
And this was, there's houses around. This is New Jersey, not right off 95.
Do you know how you gauge a bear's? Well, I know CW will know this.
Yeah.
How do you gauge a bear's weight or size? The smaller their ears, the bigger they are. So the smaller their ears look, the bigger they are.
Yeah, their ears and their eyes only get so big. So when they see little tiny eyes and little bitty ears, you got a big bear. When you see big ears like a teddy bear, it's not so big.
And trivia, who's got the biggest bears in the lower 48?
Well,
North Carolina and Pennsylvania.
There's been big. I want to say Michigan has the record, if I'm not mistaken. But by and large, Pennsylvania has. I mean, there's been 800 pounders. They're enormous bears.
We got 800 pounders down. Pennsylvania and North Carolina have traded off year after year after year. It's always the eastern down at the coast. Those bears don't hibernate. All they do is eat.
Yeah, it's too warm.
They don't get that big out here. The bears we have out here, you know, the California black bear, which can be brown or cinnamon color. A big one would be 450.
That's the way our mountain bears are, Walter. They're not. I mean, I just trust me. I wouldn't walk up to a 450-pound bear and smack him across the jaw. But
Well, you might want.
Yeah, you might want. But we're getting some big ones around here, and it won't be too many. I'd say a decade in North Carolina will just be bears all the way across, pretty much. They've had them walking around in Raleigh before, and which is in the center of the state, and that's kind of still an anomaly, but it won't be. Their population's increased for sure.
We still don't even have a season on them. We can't hunt them here.
Really?
Yeah, we can't either.
Nope.
Yeah.
You can draw a tag here.
Yeah, we can hunt them here.
We've got a dedicated season here for them.
Yeah. But kind of to reconnect with the topic at hand, what's your EDC? If you're in country where it's very likely that you'll run into our California bears, except for what we call a park bear, the ones that are acclimated or accustomed to humans that live in
That's
like
Yogi.
Yosemite and stuff. You don't want to mess with those because they're not afraid of people. But most of the ones up in the wild they'll do everything they can to avoid you.
Now,
But even then, you're on a 2-week backpack in the high Sierra. Probably ought to be packing something that can defend yourself against one of those. And I don't think it's bear spray myself. My luck, I'd be upwind and
if I'm camping or trout fishing or something up in the mountains, I wear a chest rig with a 45 Colt, hard cast bullets, and that'll take care of any bear around here.
Well,
As long as you don't-
at least you got
as long as-
8 chances to make it change its mind?
6.
Yeah. Thor's axe is here. Hey, and Dave's up in Washington State. We were talking about bears, Dave, and what you would carry if you're in bear country. So if you're out, I know you're not out hiking and crap right now, but you guys got a pretty decent population of larger sized bears up there still, don't you?
Good to see Dave on here. We happen to know something, and Kyle and I talked about it last night. So, you ready, Kyle?
Sure.
1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Thorzax. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to
Hey.
you.
It's Thorzax's birthday.
Happy birthday, Dave.
Tomorrow is Dave's birthday. So y'all
All
send him a bunch of happy birthdays.
He's turning
Happy birthday,
21
Dave.
again.
My present to him is I did not sing.
And Penny's was Tuesday.
Penny's is Tuesday.
No, it was Tuesdays.
Oh, this past Tuesday.
And I went Wednesday and picked her up to the curves.
Yeah. You got pictures of them you can share?
Maybe.
I'll have to switch it to my computer.
I might have the picture you sent me.
Of both of them, or just one?
I think you sent me a picture of both of them. Let me
All right,
see here.
Dave. I sang that to my wife on my birthday because you're not 64 yet, but I am. So,
Yeah, I did send them both to you.
my birthday that passed recently, I was 64, and she's like, I said, there's a song about that. It's a Beatles song. I said, I sang a little bit of it to her. There you go. Hold on. Let's do that. Woo, dog. You know what's better than one Ruger Vaquero?
A brace of
Two.
them.
Dos vaqueros.
Dos Vaqueros. So,
Texas
yeah.
Penny got 2 new vaqueros.
Yep.
That was them.
Dave, I sang to her. I said, will you still need me? Will you still feed me when I'm 64?
Yeah, heavy on the "will you still feed me" part.
Right. That's important for a one-eyed fat old man.
Yeah.
An old one-eyed fat man. That's how he said it. Yeah.
Hey, you leave me out of this.
Yeah. Well,
Well, one of those pistols came out of Michigan. The other one came out of Florida.
so they are not sequential.
No,
Zero.
no. The only way you're going to get sequential is probably if you could find a set of SAS Vaqueros.
Yeah, that would be a premium.
Yeah, there's a set on Gunbroker, and they got a price on them. They're used though, and they still got a big price on them.
So it's time for roll call. I got an idea, but I don't think people could say it or spell it. Walter, can y'all spell Vaquero?
Yeah.
I can spell it, porque yo habla español, but I don't know about these other guys.
I left out the I.
That's wrong, Kyle.
We both left off the state, Kyle.
There it is, right there.
There you
BAQUERO.
go. Thank you.
Yeah, Texas
Six.
guys can spell it. Spell it.
There you go.
California boys can spell it. Anywhere north of there, you guys can't spell it, but that's okay. We love you
I
anyway. And
spelled
there ain't nothing you can do about it.
I have me and CW got so many of them that we know how to spell it.
Yep.
I've been typing in it search for so long for I know how to spell it.
Okay, here we go. You don't have to spell it right for us to call your name out on
Nope.
TV.
You get anywhere near
You want
close,
to say
we're
it
going to know what you
just
meant.
say cowboy.
Mine
Yeah.
auto corrected.
You can
Yeah,
spell
you
it
can-
Bisley. We'll know what you mean.
COWBOY.
You can type in cowboy, we'll know what you're talking about. Kyle Lusk was first, and he's on the panel. Bama Dad was second, he's on the panel. And 6-year Texan was the first one to spell it right. And he's on the panel, and in the side chat, so is Walter. Our buddy Edward Petty got it right. Thor's axe is out there. I know what you mean, brother. The Rebel Mike Hester is also on the panel. Glenn Davis is out there. IWS Bull, my brother. Ron Wayne official. That's good, man. That's good. Perfect. Let's put that up there where I can see it. Bama Dad spelled it right. He's still on the panel. Ron 2A Matters is out there. Ozzy Osbourne's out there. Last of three. He was one of the first ones in. Matter of fact, he was probably the third one in. Let's go with that. Ricky Baird's out there. My brother. Thor's Axe, 5881. GGW Outdoors. That's me, buddy. That's what I would have typed right there. Alaska 1 Andy. CW2A is on the panel as well. And Ricky Baird again. I think we're up to date for the moment. There's more y'all out there than that. So, anyway, when the weather starts getting cooler, there's two things.
Bluegrass festivals.
That makes three. Hunting season and football season. Football season, well, tonight's pretty much opening night for the Georgia high school football season around here where I'm at. And I'm assuming it's probably pretty close over across the state line in Alabama. But, yeah, we got, I'll say this to GGW, buddy Joe, go Dogs, woof woof.
Time for them Friday night lights.
Time for them Friday night lights. It's time for them Saturday afternoon football games. And which means that I'm going to have to start getting up early on Saturdays and getting my work done so I'll be ready for that 1 o'clock kickoff. There you go, GGW. Go Dogs.
How many of y'all go to watch the Freedom 250 Sunday?
Was that a race?
Yes, that's the race that's going to be in Washington, D.C. with the IndyCar.
No, I ain't heard nothing about that.
Yeah, I know nothing about that.
Well, Trump said it was going to happen, so it happened. They got most of Washington streets walled off, and I think it's a 2-mile course. I'm sure the residents they have to go to work there loving that, but
Yeah.
There'll be a race delay. The Muslims will get out in the middle of the street and get on their blankets.
they all have to climb over about 12-foot walls, dude.
Well, Trump's got rid of the police and got the National Guard in there, didn't he?
Yeah. Yep.
I looked for
see,
something. I hate to say it, but I looked for something bad to happen.
Yeah, well, we're getting on the political edge of this, but I got to say this. You know, they'll let him throw an IndyCar race on the streets of Washington, D.C., but they won't let him rebuild the ballroom on the East Wing with his own dang money.
Right.
What's
Yeah.
up with that?
They okayed that today.
Did
Huh?
they?
They did.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did.
Well,
they broke ground and everything, didn't they?
oh yeah.
Broke ground. They got like 4 stories underground built. You
Hey,
gonna be
Jamie.
able. You gonna be
I
able. to
wonder how
walk
many
with
skeletons they dug up underground.
Oh, don't
them. Ain't
go
no
there.
telling.
Jamie, you got a photo inbound, sir.
Huh?
You got a photo inbound. Speaking of football season.
All right. Glenn Davis wants to know what's the pistol you wish you had. Can I go first?
Yes.
Uh,
Me.
I know, right? Oh.
Poor Shaq.
Mr. Carter.
I know, right?
Not too many people will get that reference.
Yeah, really.
See, I've got quite a few now, and just got another one. I think if the one I don't have that I would really like to have would be the CZ Shadow 2.
Ooh. Cha-ching.
Yeah. If we're gonna wish big.
All right. If I'm gonna wish big, are we going around the room?
Well, you done piped in, spill it.
All right. It'd be the SIG GTO 211.
Okay.
That's their 2011. Either that or a Staccato.
Oh goodness gracious. Yeah. Dream big. All right, CW.
I wish I never sold my Freedom Arms 454 because I tried to buy a Ruger 454 and Lipsy's just isn't releasing them to regular people.
Yeah. Lipsy's good about that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Is that it?
Yeah.
Kyle?
I'm good. I got pretty much what I like.
I'm good. Oh, hush. A man can dream. Dream.
Well, I'd go for, I'd go for a 20 millimeter.
There you go, man.
Handgun.
Go for it once.
Kyle.
And
Talk about a hand cannon.
That was the question. Handgun.
Yeah.
Well, it's a hand cannon.
Pay attention, will you?
Yeah,
Really.
well,
If you're going to shoot something big out of your hand, it best be a rocket launcher, something with no recoil.
Can you put a pistol grip on a warthog?
That's what I was just gonna say. That. Yeah, you got your hand on the joystick in that warthog. That kind of counts,
Great minds think alike, Walter.
I think the ATF might have a rule against that.
Or the FAA or one of those boys that we
Or
don't like.
somebody. Yeah.
All
One of
right.
them unconstitutional agencies.
yeah, I couldn't even afford the duds for that, much less the fuel to fly it.
Walter?
So, I've been liking the 41 caliber more and more, and I only have 2. There's just not a whole lot of choice here in California or really anywhere for a newer 41 mag. But Scuttlebutt says, and I won't tell you where I heard this, but Scuttlebutt says that Sammy is just about to accept 41 Special as a legit cartridge. And if they do, then we might start seeing Ruger come up with a 41 Special revolver. And I would just bend over backward. Well, I don't think I'd bend over backwards. I'd never recover from that at this age. But I would love to have about a 5.5-inch Ruger Bisley in 41 Special. That would just make my next 3 days in a row.
Wouldn't that be nice?
That would. There's
Go
the
ahead.
real
3 days in a
Bob
row.
and Tommy boys out there.
Hey, Tommy.
Now, my
What
wish
about you?
list. It
What
was,
about
it
you,
was
Six?
stuff I can't afford, but
Well, I'm like Walter right now. I've been eyeballing that Blackhawk 6.5-inch and 41. They're out there.
Yeah,
But
I got
every time I look at it, there's less of them out there.
Mm-hmm.
They,
So
they
mine is-
I guess they
mine's
did a
original.
run on them or something. Because I was seeing a couple places that had 10 of them in stock at one time. So
Yeah.
and if I didn't get that, my next one would be a T-Sauce, the government model.
Those are cheap enough. They can be had.
Yep.
You talking about a 1911, right?
Yep.
So Thorzax wants the phase plasma rifle and a 40-watt range.
Range, yeah, the Terminator. Phase 4 plasma rifle.
Yeah, Tommy Boy joined us. Uncle Bob joined us. Glad to have you guys with us. All right, Bama Dad. What's the handgun you wish you had?
I've really got a hankering for a 45, 45 ACP, and I'm just trying to find the right deal on one. I want to do all the checkering and everything on it myself, and I don't want to buy something expensive to do that too, since it'll be the first one I've done. But
Yeah, that those T-Sauce are can't remember.
come on, I know what you're talking about. Me and Ricky were talking about them the other day.
They're under 5.
Yeah, that you can do that. But I'll give GGW Outdoors the award for the best answer of the night so far. How about any single action Army from Turnbull Customs?
Oh my God. Yes, GGW. Yes.
If you guys ain't looked at their stuff, man, you need to just Google search Turnbull Restorations. And yeah.
I'd also include Hamilton Bowen in that, but Hamilton Bowen's officially retired, but he did some wonderful custom work on single actions, Rugers and Colts, and mainly Rugers.
What's that guy down in Texas?
Mr. Hatson?
I want to say Turner.
No,
The
Hatson.
Cimarron's down there.
Yeah.
He's talking about the gunsmith, right?
Oh, the gunsmith guy, yeah.
Hatson is his name. Is Single Action Services.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he the one I'm thinking about was featured on a video from Brown Hills. He does some beautiful work.
He does a lot of Linbaugh's conversions and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's what Hamilton did. 475 Limbaugh. Woo! Talk about something to carry a bear country.
Yeah.
You do a Google search for single action gunsmithing, and he's one of 3 that'll pop up.
Yeah, Glenn Davis. Turnbulls ain't cheap.
Yeah. I don't have a revolver done by them, but I have a special edition Ruger Super Blackhawk, and they did the color case hardening on that one.
Turnbull did.
Yep.
Yeah.
He did a great job too.
He color case hardened an AR-10 with wood furniture. I mean, it was gorgeous. It was gorgeous. It was ridiculous, but it was gorgeous.
Well, that's kind of what I was wondering. Can you do the diamond grip on like a 45 ACP and then go back and do color case hardening on it too?
Yeah, you take the grips off. For the color case hardening, it's done with heat and charcoal and
Bone.
bone. Yeah, it's a complicated process and time.
I've never seen I've never seen one checkered that was done in color case hardened.
I've never seen a 1911 in color case hardened in person.
Ooh, I have too. Jesse James is doing them now.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, I'll just go out and buy 5 of his.
Yeah.
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 And he builds guns for people, and then they won't come get them.
Does he sell them at a discount?
Hunker down,
Well,
Tommy
you
boy.
might want with somebody else's name on it.
I
Yeah,
don't care. I don't care if it says Bob Smith. You know, if it's a custom gun, as long
what
as
if it said the real Uncle Bob?
I'd definitely buy it. I'd pay a premium for that. I know this guy.
Yeah. Tommy boy says they're getting a bad storm. Hunker down, boss. Stay safe out there. I know he
Yeah.
lives out in the plains somewhere.
I was late opening the shop because right around 8:30 when I was leaving, I had the dogs on the leash and I stepped out and I heard lightning pop, thunder roll. I looked at the radar on my phone. I said, I think we're going to wait about 10 minutes, let this pass. It was about 20. So, but riding to work was like riding in a creek bed with the water flowing.
Yeah, and he's so modest too, Uncle Bob.
Yeah.
One of the things we love about him is his modesty.
Legend in his own mind.
Dang, man. Y'all are brutal.
I kept looking over when they were down here. What in the heck is that noise? That's either the biggest mosquito I've ever heard. Oh, it's Uncle Bob's little cooling fan he had in his barrel.
Yeah, y'all check out Turnbull, man. If you want to see, here's a thing I was kind of wanting to do tonight, and that yeah, you're the real deal, Uncle Bob. Stop blushing. Anyway, let me see if I can do this now. Before I do this, I just want to tell y'all that these are going to have prices on them, and we don't sell nothing. And the main reason I want to show these is not to sell them, but to actually ridicule them, because that's the kind of butthole that I can be sometimes. And with that said, if YouTube don't like it, they're welcome to take us down. All right. Who likes that? Is that something you would like?
Not me. That ain't me at all.
I ain't seen it yet.
Nope. No,
Oh.
not at all.
Oh,
If you handed it to me to shoot it, I'd shoot it, but I wouldn't own it.
Yeah, I'd shoot it, but that's about it.
Yeah, that's kind of me. I might shoot it just to.
I can't even read what it is.
it's a chassis for a Glock.
No, it's a Kel-Tec
Oh, that's a sub.
nub sub.
It's a bullpup sub 2000. Is that
Oh.
what that is?
It takes Glock mags. I'm sorry. Yeah,
Well,
I had to-
actually, it's got a pistol brace on the back of it, so
yeah.
6-inch barrel. Yeah, it takes Glock mags. Here's another one. Now, this one's a little more interesting, only because it's Springfield, but that's a Springfield Kuna. And y'all have probably gotten emails about this in your inbox, in your emails. So who likes right, Glenn Davis, exactly. It needs a 16-inch barrel. At least a 12. Yeah, Ron Wayne. Where's the wood? It's not a gun if it don't have wood on it.
And I will tell you what negates
Go.
wood. What negates wood is a folding stock and a fun switch. And then, yeah, I'll take it.
Coworker's got one of those Kunas.
So Bull didn't even respond. He just laughs.
Yeah.
Glenn Davis says no. Edward Petty says no. Ron Wayne says, where's the wood? GGW, it's a SHTF gun. Glenn Davis is saying nope again. Bull says this one, the Springfield Kuna, is like a scorpion.
Yeah.
And yeah, put a FRT on it.
There you go. A FERT.
Not really, Ozzy. Ozzy says he's got a Ruger PC9 Charger. Looks a little like that. Let me get back over here. All right, so that's Springfield Kuna. Matador Arms, Mat 9. 8-inch barrel, 32 round. Takes Colt mags.
That's the only good thing that thing has going for it.
Yeah,
That's a blast from the past.
I guess. I just don't like the styling of that kind of firearm. And I know a lot of folks do. They wouldn't, make them and sell them. But if I'm going to have a 9mm, it's going to be a traditional style 9mm or a PC carbine 9mm at worst.
Yeah.
But not something like that.
Just going to get a Tavor or get a Jackal from PSA.
If you need something that's going to shoot like that, get yourself a real machine gun or
You see
something.
an H&K?
Nah, that's H&K. Yeah, that's a whole nother price bracket.
Yeah, but they're fun.
Yeah, they
All
are.
right, let's move on from that one. Everybody seems to. There's your wish Val was here. Grand Power Star Stryborg. That's an 8-inch barrel, folding stock. Takes Glock mags.
I like that one.
It's kind of I wouldn't not shoot it, and I might try to offer you $200 for it.
Yeah, I'm with you. That's closer to something that I'd shoot.
Well,
But,
Sound like a bunch of snobs.
Yeah,
Well,
right.
I'll give you $150.
Wait a minute. Look at that discrepancy in the shop now. 1159 as low as $142 a month. Okay, it's a month. I thought it was
yes, it's like a car payment. Come on, man.
$142. I'll buy one.
Hell, I'll take two.
No, we're not talking about prices, guys. All right, Mac 5. What do you think?
It's a little better if you put a folding stock on it.
That's the MP5
Yeah.
clone.
Yeah.
Looks.
Yeah, toilet Thorzak. I'm feeling you, bro.
Yeah, it looks like it's made by Mattel.
Is the barrel orange?
Just the tip.
Oh,
Yeah. A lot of that going around.
See that? And there's one that I think we could all get behind there. Maybe a little bit. Daniel Defense PCC9.
Barrel's still pretty short, but
But would we get
Yeah.
behind it for any other reason except that it's made by Daniel's Defense?
Well, it's an AR-15.
Oh, okay. So we're not looking at 9s now. Yeah, we
No,
are.
it's a 9.
Yeah, it's a 9.
it's a 9 on an AR-15 platform.
It's a direct blowback. See, it's not direct impingement.
I could get behind that one.
Yeah, I wouldn't buy it, but I wish somebody would so I could shoot it.
Not a lot different than treads that we shot.
Yeah.
That's what made me want to talk about these things, CW. I've been thinking about building me one like treads, only in 40 Smith & Wesson
I
instead
have
of
one.
357 SIG.
I have one.
They're not hard. They're not hard to build.
And I'm not going to no 10 millimeters, Glenn. This was not all 9 stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thorzaks, I love you, bro. You
He's
can't
right.
make plastic look expensive.
He's right.
Yeah. Tommy Boy
Hey,
says
Pablo.
he's got an 8-inch AR9. He loves it.
Yeah, they're fun to shoot. Now CW had a heck of a time. He worked on that 357 and consulted me, and for a long, long time. I said, "You," and then about 2 or 3 conversations into it, he told me it was direct blowback.
Yeah.
I was like, "You should have got a
Rip
direct
cases in that.
impingement pistol gas, and it would have probably cycled." You
Yeah.
know,
Oh yeah. Gas gun would have worked. Yeah. But it ripped the cases right in half.
but he had to put custom made tungsten weights, 2 of them, behind his buffer.
So I'm really thinking about trying to build an AR-40, about a 12-inch barrel, something like that.
That's what mine is.
I know.
Jamie, I'll get behind that.
And
Yeah.
we haven't mentioned the 800-pound gorilla in the room, Jamie. That the NFA is getting slashed left and right over multiple states and areas, and it could be that you could build one, not have to put a brace on it, not have to have it engraved in the future. So something to think about.
Without getting too political, we have had some good wins lately.
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't call that. I wouldn't call that politics. I'd call it gun news. You know, we're not talking about a candidate or anything.
Yeah.
Although
Glenn Davis is screaming at me over here to go 10 millimeter. And I would, Glenn, but my pistols are all 40. And I want something to match my handguns.
Yep, that works. You know, I like 10 mils. I just got another new one here last month. You guys haven't seen it yet, I don't think, on my videos, but I got a Smith & Wesson Performance Center MP2 in 10 millimeter. It's
No, you hadn't shown
pretty
us
nice
that one
ported
yet.
barrel and et cetera, et cetera. I'll show it to you guys one of these days. A nice shooter.
Shoot pretty flat.
Yep.
Good.
I'm in Jamie's wheelhouse. All my 10 millimeters are 40 cal.
Yeah. And we just got we got that Lee mold. We got a ton of dang brass. Yeah, it's like that.
40 is still a good round. You know that in my county, the county tried to outfit the deputies with 40 cal for a while, and the reason that they originally went with 9 millimeter was because the troops couldn't handle a 45 ACP, and then they got kind of exasperated with the 9 millimeter because they thought it was too weak, and they gave them all 40 calibers, and the same thing, they still couldn't shoot a 40 caliber. They went back to 9s.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, guys. Really learn to shoot.
Send them to the arcade with a roll of quarters.
Yeah.
Just shoot the meth head extra times. There you go.
Yeah. Get more magazines, something, you know.
That's about all the training most police officers get.
And Aussie, a 40 is not short and weak.
No,
that's a snappy round. It's short and weak next to a 10 millimeter, but it's
It's
See,
not
they're
exactly
not-
weak next to a 10 millimeter. It is shorter.
yeah.
I don't know about where you guys shoot, but where I am, 40 millimeter brass is pretty plentiful these days.
It
to your
is.
loader. And so,
is.
you know, you almost don't have to shoot it more than once. You know, you're out of 40 millimeter, go to the range and bring home a bucket full and shoot that and leave it there again.
Right.
Yeah. See, Tommy Boy nails this. Thank you, Tommy Boy, especially for Ozzy calling 40 short and weak. 10 millimeter factory ammo. If you're not loading your own, you're basically
40.
shooting a long 40.
Unless you're shooting like Underwood or Buffalo Bore or something.
Yeah.
I've got some 40 cal loads that I will stand side by side with a 10 millimeter all day and win.
There's Trent. What's up, brother?
Now, Kyle, I know 2 guys with 10 millimeter revolvers that would argue with you.
Well, that's a different story. I'm talking about handguns.
That's like an auto and AR-15. So yeah, I mean,
when I got this
bolt
new
gun.
Smith & Wesson I bought a box of Yoki. What do they call it? Range Dynamics? You know, their range ammo. It's usually not real good. And to run through, and I learned my lesson a long time ago. If I buy a brand new gun, not necessarily used, I shoot factory ammo through it first. So when the
Yep.
front sight falls off, they can't complain that it was, you know, my hand loads or something that did it. And that stuff shot out of that MP at almost 1,300 feet per second with a standard deviation of 6. And
Wow.
it shot. You guys have seen me shoot. It shot like that out there at, you know, 10 yards. I'm going, holy cow, this is pretty good ammo. And it wasn't horribly expensive.
180s?
It was, what's that?
180s.
Yeah, 180. I thought, yeah, that's pretty good. You know, I'd rather shoot a 200 grain bullet out of the 10 millimeter. That's kind of what I mean. You know, most of even most of the molds you find for 10 millimeter and 40 are 175 and 180.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and you get a good 200 grain bullet that'll shoot right and load it so it'll shoot 1250 or so. That's a pretty good round. You know,
Here's a
more
question.
than a 40.
Here's a question for you guys. Well, let me catch up. Ozzy says he gets all his 10 millimeter from Underwood. Tommy Boy says we don't hardly see 40 cal here. We find more 10 millimeter than 40.
Oh, yeah, not me.
Glenn Davis says he's got some 135 grain 10 millimeter run, 1,600 feet per second. Tred's got the new Marlin 10 millimeter
Oh, I
trapper.
did get it.
Cool.
Dale Pogue, what's up?
Hey, Dale.
And there's the Scotsman. What's going on, bud? Are you home? I know you're not.
Scotsman said he's still on his way home.
He's still on his way back. I imagine he won't be home until a little before midnight. Tred said he hadn't sighted it in yet. But some people have told me that you can shoot 40 cal in a 10 millimeter. And I don't know that to be fact.
Reactor has a
Yeah, Paul Harrell did it once on his channel when he was still alive, and you know his thing was, yeah, you can, but why would you?
Like
You know,
shooting
I mean,
380.
you can shoot a 44 Magnum in a 45 Colt revolver too. If you want to do that, you're going to ruin your brass and have a whole bunch of cleanup to do when you get home. But you know, you can.
Yeah.
But why would you? That don't mean it's the right thing.
You can shoot a 380 and a 9 millimeter, but I don't. I
Why
wouldn't.
would you?
if you can, it's not a very good chamber in the 9 millimeter.
No.
Yeah.
Tommy Boy says, yep, that headspace is on the extractor.
As long as you've got a pretty good tight extractor, it'll go off. But if you
There's a
don't,
lot of things that you can do, but they're not necessarily things you should do.
Should do.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Technically, you can shoot a 16 gauge shell out of a 12 gauge shotgun, but it's not recommended.
Right.
Well, and I'd always heard that when I got my Smith & Wesson, my old Smith & Wesson Model 19, which I adore, that don't go out and target practice with 357 Magnum. It's a K-frame. Yeah, it was designed for 357, but if you're going to target practice, use 38s, and I always have. Why beat up your gun? That was the theory behind it.
Oh my goodness. Somebody had an incident. Tommy Boy found some straight wall 308 Winchester the other day.
Wow.
Wow.
So,
It's impressive.
what you can do and what you should do.
I can shoot this in an alt 6. It's 30
Yep.
caliber.
Yeah.
Don't-
Yeah.
Exactly
Sure,
what
yeah.
I was thinking.
My thought was don't shoot 308 out of your 4570s.
Well, yeah.
I did shoot 270 out of my 30-06 once by mistake. It was the weirdest feeling.
It felt familiar, just not right.
Yeah, no.
I do not recommend shooting a 300 blackout out of a 5.56 though.
I have seen a barrel dissected that happened in, and the
And
bullet was like 10 inches long.
Yep. I was about to say that's the only way you're getting that bullet out.
It was extruded.
Extruded. Dang it, man.
Yeah, Glenn, I get it. Stupid is as stupid does. It was absolutely a mistake. I don't know how that 270 got in my 30-06.
Well, when you take both, take two calibers of rifles, or even handguns that are kind of close. Take two Ruger revolvers to the range that are the same barrel length and set up same kind of grips and stuff, and you've got a 38 and a 44 or something, or 357 and a 44. Of course, the 357 slip right through the cylinder in a 44, but it's not uncommon. Oh, well, I guess it is uncommon, but it's not really rare for guys to mix up the ammo. You got to pay attention to your ammo at the range. And
I had a guy ask me, "Can I shoot your Colt Anaconda?" I said, "Sure." And we'd all been sitting there talking about it, and I told him, I said, "It's not real rare." I said, "Because it was a production gun. It didn't come out of the custom shop, but it's a 45 Colt. They didn't make as many of those." And I thought everybody had heard me. Well, I said, "Sure." He said, "You mind if I shoot my hand loads out of it?" I said, "No, go ahead. That gun will take anything." Well, he goes and shoots 44 mag out of it.
Oh.
Well, when I walked over, I said, "How'd it shoot?" He went, "It didn't shoot worth a damn." And he opens up the cylinder and starts trying to take the brass out. And I had an old Marine standing next to me who's done well in life and been all over Africa shooting stuff with pistols. He looked at me, whispered in my ear. He said, "That didn't hurt that gun." He said, "The cylinder walls took it off." He said, "His brass is split." He said, "But I'm not going to miss my chance to give a sitting state congressman a hard time." And he started in on him. "What? Can't you see that big 45 Colt on the side of the barrel?" And he was so embarrassed. He was so embarrassed, but it didn't hurt anything.
Yeah, it's I think we've all made the mistake rarely. I mean, I admit it, I've made that mistake, but it was only with 270 and 30-06. And, that's easily done, I believe. Look who we got here.
Oh, here we go. This guy, Ratcha.
Got the spinning circle of doom.
Yeah, he's in there somewhere.
Pop up in there. You might have to go upstairs, Chico.
Step towards the light.
Yeah. There he is. Hey,
There's
Chico.
my brother. What's up, man? How you doing?
What's going on, man? How's everybody doing?
All right.
Doing real good. How's your week?
Not bad. I got no complaints.
Good deal. Good deal. Glad to have you, man. Glad to have you.
Glad to be here.
Cool, man.
I might be buffering, maybe.
Yeah, you are a little bit, but that's all right. Del Pogue said he shot 22 long rifle and a 22 Magnum. You ever done anything like that, Chico? I get it. Nothing you're willing to admit to.
22 Magnum.
Yeah. Well, it's great to have you on, man. Been a minute. Thorzak's got a good point there about 9mm. I think that's pretty much how we all feel about 9mm.
I'm one of the few guys on the panel that 9mm is very practical to me. As far as carry, as far as ease of shooting, flat shooting, you're not trying to use a cannon for self-defense. It does the job efficient enough.
I love a 9mm.
I do too.
I got several.
Okay.
I don't care for it, but I'll use it because it's what's out there. I think we've already established I prefer 40 over 9.
I've got so many 9mm. I've even got a Mossberg 9mm.
I just thought about 6 when I saw this. They're making a 1873. It's the first 1873 copy. It's been made in the United States since 1906, and it's in 9mm, so it's already short stroke. Taylor's and Company put it out, I believe.
So Tommy Boy admits that he has shot a 3.5-inch shot shell out of a 3-inch gun duck and goose hunting, and he couldn't get the shell out. It was too long to fit the opening, and he admits that it was on accident, absolutely. But he was occupied. He was chasing a cripple at the time. Glenn Davis agrees with us about the 9. Bull says 9mm is kind of like last call at the bar.
Yeah, but the whole thing about it is if somebody starts popping at you with one, it's going to get your attention.
Yeah. Let's talk about this for a second. I'm getting more and more ads about 9mm revolvers. It's a thing now, Dale. Ruger makes, Walter already beat me to the punch there. They make a 357 9mm convertible Black Hawk.
They make a SP-101 and they make a GP
100.
I don't know. They make a GP 100. Yep. And I don't know if Smith makes one. I know they made a 10mm, but I don't know if they make a 9.
Yeah, I think.
What was that one that Michalak shot that balloon at 1,000 yards with? Was that a Ruger?
I think that was with a Ruger. Yes.
That was impressive.
Yeah, I know. Calling GPS coordinates and
Exactly.
Satellites are linking up.
Did he actually hit the balloon or just a splatter from the target?
It don't matter. It was close enough, brother.
It was close enough.
If he hit the plate at that long, that's pretty good.
I've learned over the years there's tricks to some of this trick shooting. Yeah, a lot of that is shot shell stuff, guys.
Not at 1,000 yards.
Not at 1,000 yards at a balloon.
No, I'm talking about stuff that me and Six or maybe a few, like these guys that are riding horses, shooting balloons and stuff.
Oh yeah.
a lot of that's wax. It's
wax bullets. Yeah.
or shot shells or a lot of stuff Annie Oakley did, and um, there was a royal in Europe when Annie Oakley was over there doing her tour that was so convinced that all her stuff was kind of using trick stuff like that. Yeah, that's an example, Tommy boy. Good point. Cornmeal. And yes, he challenged her to shoot skeet and it was I think it was a 200 or a 400. I think it was a 400 bird match, and she missed like 1 out of 400. And he missed like 9 or 10 or 12 or something like that out of 400. Anyway, she beat him. So,
well, this is also, I mean, I agree with what you're saying about being shot shells or something like that, but she, behind the back with a mirror, shot an ace of spades in half.
Yeah.
You remember that shot?
That was not shot with shot shells.
Yeah. No. That would have annihilated that card. She split it right down the middle.
I always talk about Bob Munden.
Oh, he's stupid.
Bob Munden was the most impressive human being I've ever watched in my life. And Jerry Mikulic's pretty impressive, but Bob was just so fast and but he did a lot of trick shooting and would shoot a card and play the card in half. He said, I'd rather use the 45 than say like a 38 because I got a better chance of hitting it because the 45 is bigger diameter. I was like, I don't care. You still cut a playing card in half.
Right.
You know?
right.
I remember he shot a nickel or a quarter.
Yeah.
That he threw up in the air.
Yeah, he did that all the time. And
the guy said, well, that's impressive. He said, you just aim for the middle. The middle, anything's the middle. He said, here. And hands the guy aspirin. He said, throws that up. He threw up an aspirin and he shot it. He's like, Jesus.
Like shooting USA, they had the guy with the bow and Bob and the guy with the bow, Byron Ferguson, I think was his name. He was very impressive.
Yeah, he'd shoot aspirin with a bow.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'd shoot aspirin. He shot a ring, throw it up in the air, and shot the center of the diamond ring. It was neat.
Yeah, Tommy Boy's comment. He walked with a limp from shooting himself. Don't practice quick draw with live ammunition.
Yep.
Finding a range where you can even draw and shoot these days is hard to do.
Yeah, you can't do that at the range.
If you notice, some of Bob's rigs had like a steel piece that came over the bottom of the holster that sort of curved out.
That was a requirement for quick draw.
Yeah. I didn't know it was a requirement, but
yeah,
I thought he's had a boo-boo before. Yeah, I saw that show.
That's a good point, Bull.
No, I that's a shot that I'm not interested in trying to make.
Yeah, I'm not taking that. Nope.
No.
That's like that guy back in the 70s that used to catch 22 bullets in his teeth.
I'm pretty good with a bow, but I'm not putting myself in that predicament.
No way.
Bama Dad, I think that was bull crap.
Right, Bull.
I don't know. They said they'd get, it was on TV, but.
Yeah, how do you practice that?
Yeah.
Really?
Don't mess up at one time.
Yeah, you missed once. Try it now, Chico.
How do you practice that?
I mean, they wouldn't even show that on TV these days.
So Dale lives close to the reloader dude. Back in the day, man, he was hot stuff, man.
He had some good stuff. Had some good
Yeah,
stuff.
he did. And then YouTube probably deleted him.
Yeah, well, he just got fed up with YouTube, and I remember right when he kind of went off the air, he put out a video or two, said, "Hey, I'm done. I've had it with YouTube."
Yeah.
He just gave it up.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, it amazes me how YouTube, and I don't want them to take them off to make it even, but it's amazing that they let Brownells do the stuff that they do online. Because they would, if one of us did it, they'd take us off.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Brownells is Brownells, man. I told
Yeah.
you that before.
There you go. That's right.
They
Midway
do a lot
too.
of stuff that's not reloading, so when they do something that is reloading, it's overlooked
Right.
drastically.
And we've always got the ultimate reloader. He's always doing stuff that's against,
Yeah, you're right. He does.
political.
He reloads with nobody bothers him.
Good night, Bull. See you next time, buddy. Thanks for being here.
Good night,
They
bro.
must be making a lot of AdSense money off of them.
This is
That's the only reason. That's the only reason.
this is a little off topic, but it is shooting. I saw a short video the other day, and it's a little boy and obviously his older sister, and he's carrying a slingshot. And he picks up, and he draws, pulls that thing back, and he's shooting it about head high. And he lets go of that rock. I assume it was a rock. And they take off running. Well, they're running toward the camera. They're both wearing shorts. And they get about 50 feet from the camera, and that's when that hornet caught up with him. He shot a hornet's nest, and they just followed the thing that was running away from him. And he grabs the back of his leg, squalls, starts limping, starts crying. I was like, you learned your lesson big time, didn't you? Don't shoot a hornet's nest.
No, because I'll tell you, they don't sting like other bees. They don't
No.
bite up and then stick you. They fly right into you. You hear them when they hit.
They got a drill bit.
Yeah, they latch on, man.
I got stung right in the top of the head. I went straight to my knees.
That's a pretty cool sounding pistol there, Hillbilly. I didn't know a 929 came in 9mm though.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, I was told by a former CIA agent who was retired and lived in our retirement community that he was the intelligence officer on a nuclear sub. And I said, "What did you carry?" He said, "A Ruger 9mm revolver." This was back in the late 50s and 60s.
Wow.
That wasn't a production gun.
No.
He said the theory behind it was it'd take a man down, but it wouldn't penetrate the side of a sub hull at depth.
Yeah.
That's one place you wouldn't want no Magnum.
No.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Like they said in Hunt for Red October, most things in here don't react well to bullets.
Yeah, that was a great movie.
It
It's
was.
one of my favorites.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
The book I've started reading right now is all about Halsey screw ups. That's why he never had his name on an aircraft carrier.
The Fighting Sailor?
Well, no, that was in the Red October. This is the War of the Tin Can Soldiers. So when they were covering MacArthur's return to the Philippines, Halsey was told by Nimitz, do not, you stay there and cover their butt. And Halsey heard that the Japanese fleet was out there in the Pacific somewhere. So he said, hey, you guys got this. I'm going after bigger game, and left them. Well, the Japanese fleet, it wasn't the Japanese fleet. The Japanese were luring him.
Right.
And they came in and to attack the Philippines, and they had a couple of maybe 3 or 4 destroyer escorts and smaller boats, and they fought them off. They fought them off. And it's like the least known heroic story of World War II.
Yeah, the Japanese circled around the island and came back in from the other side in the middle of the night or something like. Yeah, it was an impressive story.
And so to quote Sean Connery, oh, I know this book, Ryan. Halsey acted stupidly.
Your conclusions were all wrong.
Yeah, Halsey acted stupidly. Man.
Naval combat tactics, Dr. Ryan.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, what about Ricochet?
I always liked the guy in the little sub that's on top of the Russian sub.
Oh,
And he
yeah.
goes running up there and he climbs up the ladder. He says, hey, I think someone's shooting at us, man. Get this thing off his boat.
Get the hell out of here.
Here's a book I've just started. All the Gallant Men by Donald Stratton.
That'll be a good one.
There's his picture. Y'all can't tell by the picture. He was a survivor of the USS Arizona.
Oh, wow. Is that the one that they just took his ashes back to the Arizona?
It could be.
Well, I remember one of them just passed away, and they got Navy divers to take his ashes because he wanted to be buried back with his buddies.
With his buddies. Yep, sure enough.
I think that's that guy. Anyway, Jamie, you ready to do your thing?
Yeah, man. Probably not going to be much of a verse of the week tonight because we've covered this pretty hard last week. But we will. Let's review a little bit. Let's start right after John 3:16 with John 3:17. For God did not send his Son into the world to condemn the world, but that the world through him might be saved. Verse 18. He who believes in him is not condemned, but he who does not believe is condemned already. Excuse me. Because he has not believed in the name of the only begotten Son of God. Verse 19 we covered last week. And this is the condemnation, that the light has come into the world, and men loved the darkness rather than light because their deeds were evil. And if y'all remember, we referred you back to all the way back to the beginning in Genesis chapter 1, verses 3 through 5, where God said, let there be light. We also referred you back to John chapter 1, verses 4 and 5, well, really 1 through 5, where John describes Jesus as the light of men. Tonight we want to cover verses 20 and 21. Y'all know I usually like to share with y'all MacArthur's notes, but he has none. So tonight, John 3:20 says, for everyone practicing evil hates the light and does not come to the light, lest his deeds should be exposed. Now we know that John referred to Jesus as the light of men. And so here we read that everyone practicing evil hates the light. They hate Jesus, does not come to the light, does not come to Jesus, lest his deeds should be exposed. Verse 21, but he who does the truth comes to the light, that his deeds may be clearly seen, and that they have been done in God. That's the whole thing, guys. We do our good deeds. We pay our tithes. We do our what's the old word they used to use for it? Doing good for their neighbors. Help me out, Walter.
Good Samaritan.
No, it'll come to me probably tomorrow.
Yeah.
Anyway, there's a word that they used to say when they do their, basically what it means is when they do their good deeds. For like if I say a farmer, there's a family down the road from them who have they're on tough times. They'll take groceries down and leave them and that kind of stuff. There's a word that the old folks used to use. And I can't.
Diligence,
Huh?
not diligence.
No, that ain't it. Anyway, it'll come to me later. So anyway, what we see here from John 3:16 through John 3:21 is we're seeing Jesus actually explain exactly what he meant by John 3:16, for God so loved the world, he gave his only begotten Son, that whoever believes in him should not perish, but have everlasting life. And remember, Jesus is the light. And when we do our good deeds, Jesus taught in the Sermon on the Mount, which we covered pretty exclusively, pretty in depth here, some time back. You know, Jesus said when you're doing good, don't let your right hand know what your left hand's doing. In other words, don't do it for the praise of men. Do it for the glorification of God. And y'all remember I've also shared with you the love chapter, 1 Corinthians chapter 13. If we don't, it's a matter of our heart. It's about doing it out of love and doing it for the glory of God. And that's what it's all about. And I also like to share with you Dr. David Guzik's commentary. He writes here that men love the darkness rather than light because their deeds were evil. Jesus explained what keeps people from faith and rescue in him is because they are drawn to darkness and love it more than the light. There is a critical moral dimension to unbelief that is often denied or ignored. Those who consciously reject Jesus often present themselves as heroic characters who bravely put away superstition and deal honestly with deep physiological problems. It is far more often true that there is a moral compromise at the root of their rejection. So you can play big and, all moral and philosophical and all that. It's still a matter of the heart, guys. God knows the heart. Many opponents of Christianity have a vested interest in fighting against the truth of Jesus because they love their sin and don't want to face it or face a God who will judge their sin. When we think of the love of sin that sends people to hell, we often think of notorious sin, but the simple demand to be the Lord of your own life is enough of a sin to deserve condemnation before God. He goes on and said that phrase there, everyone practicing evil hates the light. Some express their hatred of the truth by actively fighting against it, and others express their hatred by ignoring God's truth, by saying to Jesus, "You are not worth my time." In contrast, he who does the truth comes to the light. He quotes God there. He says, "He who does the truth." To do the truth is at any rate to live up to what one knows, to live an honest, conscientious life, and that's God's. He also quotes Clark there. He says, "They choose to walk in the darkness, that they might do the works of darkness. They broke the divine law, refused the mercy offered to them, are arrested by divine justice, convicted, condemned, and punished. Whence then does their damnation proceed? From themselves." So if we don't come to Jesus, and if we don't come to the light, where we end up when this life is over with is not his doings, but it's our own. And that's our verse of the week for tonight. Questions or comments? Is that too harsh?
Nope.
Mm-mm. Truth is
Never
hard.
too harsh if it's the truth.
That's kind of the sum of everything. So if it's too harsh, then somebody loves to wallow in it more than they want to change.
And that phrase right there, Bama, could be considered harsh by some people. But it's the truth.
I know, and as the older I get, the less I worry too much about how it's received.
Right?
That's all of it.
You know, when I came to Christ, it wasn't because I didn't know that I wasn't doing wrong. So I guess we all, it's at that point that you're willing to really take an honest look at your life and say, is this how I'm supposed to be living?
And even more simple than that is what I'm about to do going to glorify God?
You know, my grandmother always used to say, is that something you'd want to be doing when Jesus comes back?
That's a good one.
Yeah.
And what you said, Jamie, is what I'm about to do going to glorify God. As humans, we don't always use our powers of a forethought. You know what I mean? Sometimes, at least me, I don't know about the rest of you guys, sometimes I'm reactionary, and I'll do something and then ask to be forgiven later.
To go with that, Walter, it's rare that we use our forethought for doing good. It's always for doing something that's probably not good.
Yeah, knee-jerk reactions, and so that's a tough nut to crack. But Jamie's right. It's one of the things that we need to think about and try to bring more forward into our mindset of how we go about our everyday business. Say, hey, before I do anything, let's think about this. And not always a good, or not always an easy thing for, at least for me, to do, to really think through something, particularly when we're talking about things that involve interacting with other people, with other humans.
I tried to have this discussion with a good friend, and he told me, he said, if I had to stop and think about it, I'd miss the party.
Yeah.
I said, well, you just think about that.
If he's anywhere around your age or my age or anybody else's on this panel, he needs to miss the party.
I think if we'd have missed a few more of the parties when we were younger, we'd probably live a lot longer.
Yeah, you're reading my mind,
Yeah.
Jamie.
Mhm.
Yeah, but we didn't, and here we are anyway.
And here we are.
Yeah, I got
I
a,
wasn't.
I got a quart jar of brain cells back here that I probably killed.
Probably
You
sell
know,
those on eBay. Get a good price for them.
That's scary, Rebel. I'm not sure you can spare them, brother.
I've got
There
I
you
don't
go.
know. That was kind of mean there, Jamie. I don't.
I
Jamie,
didn't
did you think about that before you said that?
Obviously not.
But it was truth.
When
I know.
Jamie was down here, I forget our conversation. We were joking around. We were at the range, and Jamie was trying to think of a word, a 75-cent word, and I spit it out. He looked at me and says, "Yeah, that's what I'm talking about." And I looked at him and went, "I got college." I ain't as dumb as I look.
Jeremy, was that phrase that you were thinking about earlier, do-gooder?
No,
Humanitarian.
no.
Boy, I can't come. I've been trying to think of it. Can't come up
It's a
with
synonym for tithing.
for
But
what? Frugal?
No,
Synonym for
Synonym
what?
pay your alms. When you pay your alms, don't
Oh.
let the right hand know what the left hand's doing. Alms, ALMS.
Yes.
Oh,
It just came to me. Thanks, Rebel. That story there made me think of that.
Well, you talk about, and this has nothing to do with the verse, but talking about brutal honesty. I was watching CW's video today on his 300 hammer. At the beginning of the video, he was talking about a particular scope, and it was nice and it was clear. At the end of the video, he said, "I got to be honest. I got to be straight up honest. Don't waste your money. This thing's junk." And he just said it straight up. And so many gun magazines and hunting magazines now, whatever they use is the best ever. They don't give a negative review of nothing. And I'm like, you notice not many high point pistols are being reviewed. Yeah, but they don't have a negative review about anything. And I appreciated CW's honesty there in that particular video, because at first he was talking about how nice and compact the optic was and this and that. I said, "Yeah, it looks good on that rifle." At the end, he said, "That's junk," and I was like, "Good, I won't waste my money. You just saved me some money."
All right,
Hillbilly likes the high points.
Uh-huh.
I've had quite a few of them. I got quite a few of them, but they were all older. And maybe the better line is good, but the full field that's a basic line for them. And that scope is just it's like looking through a fisheye. It's awful.
Yeah. And who knows, CW, that could be the difference between Philippine manufacturer and otherwise. I know Mr. Burris, when Mr. Burris was alive, he said there's no way I'm going overseas to make these scopes. And when he died, they said, "Well, we don't want to go to China. A lot of people are going to the Philippines." And even though they don't like to say it, including Leopold. Leopold has components made in the Philippines and Japan, but they assemble them here in the United States. Not all of their scopes, but and there's only like two or three glass manufacturers in the world.
There isn't many.
And You got shot in Europe, and you got the Japanese glass, and then the Chinese are getting better. They're getting better, but scopes still don't track worth a darn. And you had problems with that too, didn't you, CW? With that burst.
With that burst, yeah. They fixed that. They fixed that. It came back and it's a lot better, but it's still a fisheye. And if you're still on targets, it's not bad. And if you're on 2.5 power, it's not bad at all. But on higher power, like on a running deer or something that you're shooting that's running or moving, you could fall over, have a seizure.
Right.
I'm not exaggerating. It's awful.
When you say a fisheye toward the edges of the scope, it starts getting distorted, right?
It's in more than just the edges.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, it's not good.
So it is, John.
So it looks like they're running around the corner.
It's not polished right. It's not shaped right.
It gives you walleye vision just looking through.
Yeah. And even when he's doing the video, he has a certain camera angle because he had trouble with the sun heating up his phone, his camera, and then he moved the camera and looking at it and doing his final review. The back lens looks like a fisheye. The light was just right. It looked rounded, and I was like, and it disappointed me because just about every full field I've ever looked through for the money was a super clear scope, and try to offer them as a young man ain't got a lot of money and he's got a rifle and don't want to spend the same amount he spent on the rifle and the scope, which he should. And we all say that, but I was there at one time. I was guilty of back in the day buying a $400 rifle and putting a Bushnell on it. Everybody was. A budget's a budget. So you got to have that offering for them. And I always try to give them a quality one, the Sig whiskeys were pretty good for that, and we upgraded started carrying the Tangos, and they're a little bit better scope, but I guess you get a dog in every in the optics world. You get a dog every once in a while, and that's just a shame.
Yeah, it is. All right, we got to start going through the room and clear the deck for. Let's talk about bench rest over on Kentucky Rimfire's channel. Coming up at the top of the hour. Walter, you want to start us out, bud? You do such a good job.
Sure thing. I'll try to be short and brief as we're getting low on time, but I thank you as always for the invitation to come be here and participate in this panel of elite caster shooters and reloaders. Okay, it's a good group and it's a good place for me to be on a Friday night. So I appreciate that. I also appreciate seeing all of you folks over there in the side chat. I feel like you guys are our friends. People, I always refer to, hey, I got a friend in Georgia, or I got a friend in, Colorado, or I got a friend in New Mexico or Texas or someplace. You guys are my friends, so I really enjoy being here. So coming up with the Viejo channel, as I mentioned in the intros, I got a video coming out tomorrow with my Pieta SAA revolvers. I added some stuff to those guys. A couple of you guys already know what they are. So that's tomorrow, and we've got a Wad Cutter Wednesday coming up with an ideal 410 214, which is a marginal wad cutter. It's got a wad cutter shoulder and a kind of a big bump nose for 41 cal. So I've got those cast, but I haven't shot them yet, so I'm going to shoot them this week. But the casting video is coming out for that one on Wednesday, and Friday we'll have a free the few. I don't know what that one's going to be yet. I got to go free some few first on Monday. I got a bunch of them, so I don't know which one I'm going to do, but I got a lot to go send down the pipe anyway. So that's kind of what's going on here. I've got a couple of the 3D, printing projects back there on the 3D printers, and I'm having fun with that. But one of these days I'll do some video with that setup. That's been kind of a good journey for me. But that's it for me. Again, thanks for the invitation. Pleasure being here. Thanks for all you over in the side chat that have participated, chimed in with your expertise and knowledge and questions and so forth. That's what makes this show roll. So we're going to go this way.
Yeah, see if we can get
Chico, you there?
Thanks
What
for
you got
being
coming,
here,
Chico?
Walter.
Is it working? Am I there?
Yeah.
You're there.
All right, for now, let me hurry up. Hey guys, thanks for having me on. It's been a while. My internet, so good seeing everybody. I'm gonna try to start getting on here more often when I have time, but I don't have much up. I ain't posted in video in years, so I ain't been doing a reloading in years. So I need to get back into it to get back in the groove of things. But it's good seeing everybody. I hope everyone has a wonderful weekend and just enjoy time. Great verse of the week, Jamie. I appreciate that. So that's all I got, guys.
Well, thank you for being here, bro.
Absolutely, man. Thanks for having me.
We love it. How about Bama Dad up there? You want to go next, Bama Dad?
Sure. I really just sat around and listened. I like to listen about all these guys with these revolvers. One day I'll get me one. But I think I've been looking at that 9mm revolver that Hillbilly was talking about. That's Jerry Mitchellite deal. I might have to get me one of those. But I got too many projects as it is. Latest iteration of the app's coming out tomorrow. I've got to go build a Mac version for this guy in California and see what he has to say. Last time I did, he had me a list. And we'll get that going. And a few other little things I've been working on. Not a whole lot, though. Need to get out and go do some shooting. So thanks for having me. Had a great time. Enjoyed hanging out with you guys tonight.
Thanks for being here, bro. Kyle, what you got?
I just want to say thank you to the panel. Wonderful time tonight. Thanks for having me. Thanks to everybody in the side chat. And as always, y'all keep everything rolling along. Death Wobble is fixed. I've finally got the approval from the War Department, aka my wife. So all that's well and good. Chico, it was great to have you on here. Good to see you, brother. That's about what I got. Carry on, Rev.
Too much. Just keep my head above water business wise and making deals. Made some deals today, and the fly fishing section of that store, I'm very proud, has done. Word's gotten out, and so I've got a pretty regular customer base that's coming in shopping for stuff, and that's another gear driven hobby, just like shooting, and so you can buy every gizmo under the sun and make a decent profit on it. So for a sporting goods shop, it kind of rounds everything out, especially a small one like mine. So enjoyed the chat, enjoyed the verse of the week, Jamie. Appreciate the side chat. And what you got, Six?
Well, tomorrow we're going to do a cowboy match. We're going to take those new pistols with us and put a couple rounds through them, make sure they function properly before I tear into them and start working on them. I got a pellet review coming up Sunday morning, and that's about it for me. So, but you, CW?
Oh, thanks everybody for being here. Thanks everybody in the side chat. I've got 3 videos coming next week. 3 different ones, not follow-ups, new topics. So hopefully you find those interesting. And hopefully everybody has a really good weekend. That's about it. Amy?
Cool, man. I want to thank all you guys on the panel. Be kind of boring if it was just me sitting here. So we love you and appreciate each and every one of you on the panel. Same goes to you guys out there on the side chat. If it weren't for you, this would be a Google Meets. So thank you all for your faithfulness in joining us up joining up with us on Friday nights and sharing your time with us. We appreciate y'all more than you'll ever know. We'll leave you with this. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face shine upon you and be gracious to you. The Lord lift up his countenance upon you and give you peace. We love you and ain't nothing you can do about it. And if he's willing, we'll see y'all next Friday night at 8 o'clock. Say good night, y'all.